All right, I'm gonna put on some balm because I feel like it puts me in a better space. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Joey Panic here, and listen, the shutdown is over. But before we go rewarding everyone for finally going back to work, remember, we'd be rewarding them for doing what they were supposed to be doing all along and stopped doing. This is a tactic I used to use with my parents. Like, I was the kid who didn't clean his room, so when I finally cleaned my room, it was celebrated. When in reality, my brother had been cleaning his room the whole time. Do you get my point here? The government did not clean their room, and now they finally cleaned it, and we're like, oh, thank you for cleaning your room. No, that's like thanking yourself for breathing. You were supposed to be doing it anyway. I don't know. Am I being too hard on the government? They're probably gonna come knocking on the door. Here's a funny quote. Ooh. Now you know, haha. My lips were too chapsticky. They were sliding all over the place. I was slurring my words. Okay, so you know that I'm trying to focus on happier things or just give a more positive spin to the sad news, but this was too funny not to talk about, okay? Anthony Weiner was quoted as saying, "I would be mayor if not for the World Wide Web." That's like saying, I would be skinny if it weren't for the fact I'm fat. A new study suggests that Oreo cookies may be just as addictive, if not more, than cocaine. So do you mean to tell me there was a lab somewhere where there was cocaine in one room and Oreo cookies in another? Who signed up for this focus group? And why wasn't I on the email? Tag this under reasons to keep on keeping on. Hall & Oates were announced as upcoming nominees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's amazing. And you know, part of me wonders, like, they weren't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame already? And John Oates just released a new single. Good for you. Thought you were dead. And John Oates is the dark-haired one with the mustache, because I know you were wondering. Listen, these guys have stuck around. Sarah, smile, because your kiss is on my list. I always thought it was your kiss is on my lips, which makes perfect sense to me as a kid, but apparently it's your kiss is on my list. Like I have a list of people I'm gonna kiss, and your kiss is on there. I kind of like that idea. I'm gonna start a kiss list, and you're gonna be on it. Saved by the Bell fans, do those people even exist? People who grew up watching Saved by the Bell got a little treat this week on Dancing with the Stars when contestant Elizabeth Berkley, smart yet pretty and a little sassy Jessie Spano, I'm so embarrassed I know that name, recreated an iconic moment from the series. Remember when Jessie was taking speed so that she could continue to study? And I think she was singing or she was listening to the Pointer Sisters, and she said, "I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I'm so scared!" That's how she opened it. And listen, if you laugh at yourself, I laugh at you first. That's not what I mean to say. Anyone who can laugh at themselves is a huge hero of mine. Because if you can't laugh at yourself, someone else is gonna laugh at you. I don't know if that's how the adage goes, but that's the truth. In this week's Essentials, I wanted to revisit an old chestnut from the 80s. Now people, every 6 months or so, maybe 8 months, a certain catalog would arrive at the house. It could have been Sears, could have been JCPenney, could have been Service Merchandise. I don't know if that's a local reference, but in Syracuse, that was a big deal. The catalog was about yay big and thick, and when it arrived, it was clean corners. You know, the spine of the book was not broken. Long about 8 months in, when you're waiting for your new one to arrive, I mean, this thing was lucky if it was all held together in one piece. When you got the book, it was like, everything I need in my life is in this book, in sections. This was the book that brought us through our childhood. You started off looking at the toy section. Then maybe you moved up to bikes or you know, more outdoor stuff, until finally you went to the underwear section. And I don't care who you were, this was your first introduction to sex. The bras, the good old cross your heart bras. That was the first time I saw boobies, or at least the outline of boobies. People, this was like Stone Age porn. And listen, that was not necessarily my persuasion as a kid, but I was still obsessed with seeing people in their underwear. I don't recall there being a men's underwear section. And it's interesting to realize that when you were a kid looking at the toys, you didn't understand why your older brother wanted that catalog. You're like, you don't play with toys anymore. Oh, he was playing with toys. Yeah, catalogs. I feel like kids today don't get good things. Like all they have is the internet and technology and their own TVs and their own phones. And we have catalogs. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to rethink this. So Lulu and I are in a predicament. Halloween is coming and we don't have costumes. So we're actually taking suggestions. Now the only requirement you have to know is that she will be predominantly themed and I will merely be her accessory or chaperone. So yeah, submit any ideas, we'll take them. Anything that can actually draw the attention toward her cheekbones and her big doughy eyes, I think would be a good idea. So just, send them in. All right, that's it, we're done. Like who's gonna send in a costume idea? Wow, those are some heels. Are they filming a Robert Palmer video outside? Why are we hearing so many high heels? Come on, you gotta admit, that one was good. Okay.